Okay, we're back and we're on chapter 2 of Wreckfest, an interactive story available at facebook.com/wreckfestgame. Follow the link to download episode, and the link to episode will be showing you this on any smartphone app through the Google Play Store. Alright, here we go, continuing. Or don't. I'm gonna move this back. Alright, we're back. So nice of them to be not just a wreck, right? Fabulous. You're so funny. But oh wait. So you see Clepto Cleo, the theater geek, our camera guy drinking a beer, Charles, who was also in the background as an extra. And they didn't really have chips, but we used that beer pourer as an example of her pouring the chips that are actually in the quick scene in the Wreckfest cut. So Cleo just stole some chips. She walks away. Big wide eyes from Tori. Oh, because there's not many people here. Still don't know how they made it to the reunion about after hitting a homeless guy. But that's part of the fun. Oh, the class clown. Trippy T? Nope, a real class clown. Got some good laughs in the theater. Again, you can watch Wreckfest, the actual movie, before you play this game at trippytranfilms.com. Alright, and now you also have the chance to talk to Trippy T, which is my artist name, director of the project, who also does music for several other projects and independently. So yeah, there's an option to talk to me. I'm surely going to be talking about production work, but it's probably going to be funny to see how they react to that. There's also the option to talk to nobody, because they're all ugly. Or you can talk to Class Clown. In this case, we are going to talk to the Class Clown, because that's what happens in the movie, and we kind of want to follow that format since the first episode. That's what we picked, were the movie options. So let's go and do that. And here you have more dialogue that wasn't in the film. So, why did the chicken cross the road? Knock knock. Oh, he's getting mad. You're aggro, bro. Too aggro. Wow. Just walks away. This line is actually in particular funny because that joke is a joke through the grapevine heard. Why the chicken cross the road? To get to your house, knock knock. Who's there? The chicken. Fun little throwback. Everything else is pretty much original. We just thought that would be fun to have the class clown tell a joke like that for old time's sake. Speaking of old, he's ancient. Here comes Mr. Baldwin wearing a pointy hat made of aluminum foil. But after endless programming with a limited budget, he had to cut corners on the hat. So, and actually the reason is the episode app doesn't allow that to even exist. They don't have an option to put on an aluminum foil hat. You know, granted, maybe one day, you know, our movies take off more, and they're more supportive, and we get the backing, funding, investors we need for all our several creative projects, then maybe we would be able to do more. But he works without the hat, I think, you know, and it's kind of a funny little line to say, we gotta cut corners and let you know that you are playing a game that we programmed. And back to the movie. Esque dialogue and situations. Mm-mm. They're that dumb, they think that was Spanish. Oh, look at Tori speaking Spanish. Pretty sure Portugal is a country, not something you just say in conversation randomly when you try to act like you know Spanish. Oh, and also, side note, you can only get the Portugal line. Tori will only speak Spanish if you pick the class clown. If you don't pick the class clown, that line does not exist while you play this game. But I don't think that line is either. Mind you, there is cussing and some explicit content throughout the game. Again, added dialogue to enhance the gaming experience for Wreckfest, an interactive story. One of the best laughs in the theater was the super tan line. And that line was actually in the original screenplay written by Tina Bigham, Fat and Bald line. I never said he was gonna be bald, but we never included that. She kind of wrote a small amount of the script after we discussed some of our ideas, and I ended up writing the final script online when I was discussing it with Jared Sloan when he lived in Long Beach. When I lived in Cincinnati, and we met in Cincinnati, Ohio. So, what should we call him? Denzel? Jameson? How about Brenda? Well, we said we're going to go with the movie, and they call him Bryce in the movie. Blink, blink. Looks like an Apple computer behind it, but maybe a strawberry. Here we added Kate. She was actually our on-set photographer, who was also an extra in Wreckfest, who took photos for the reunion, so in a way she is a character. And I asked her, and she allowed me to put her into the game and give her more lines, and actually a world of situations open up when you actually interact with Kate in different ways, and there's a whole bunch of side stories that weren't in the original. And here we have Cleo actually interacting with the girls after they talked to Bradley Oliver, which in the original screenplay was a full scene, but we ended up having to not film it because it was made for a 48-hour film project. So we were limited on time, and we had to cut a scene, so we ended up just cutting that one. Who actually is played by, Cleo is played by Alicia Wilson, who is a published author with the Pink Spades novel series right now. The Pink Spades novel series. Or the Pink Spades, available online. And kind of do some throwbacks too. You know, it's Cleo, she's Jamaican, just like that tarot reading lady back in the 90s who always told people that she had answers and she could tell you your fortune, and she made a lot of money, but she was a fraud, lying to people. But anyways, enough history, we're going back to the game. So now we have an option, and in the original script, the option would be just talk to Cleo. But, you know, as I was wanting to do a lot more with this, I programmed other options in both. Well, one of them actually has a whole new story to it too, a whole new situation. But there are options like the disregard or stealing, stuff like that. You'll notice through the game if it does say something like, you just won't know, but something you can look out for, like disregard or stealing, because who cares? They're just gonna walk away. There'll be an extra line or two that you won't see in any other situation, but it's gonna be very short and it'll just move through the game. So if you do pick it, you will miss out on 2 new situations and it will go to the next scene. But it's just really how you play the game. It's all about what you decide. It's your choice. You know, that's the whole point of it being interactive. But we're going to go ahead and pick Talk to Cleo's, like I said, since it was part of the script originally. Hashtag Wreckfest. Hashtag hash browns. Hashtag wrecked out Wednesday. Let's make that a thing. Wrecked out Wednesdays mean you play this game or watch the movie or create your own story, make a sequel. Email me about collaborating, we'll make a sequel, we'll tell another story. It's a really fun game and a story to tell, even though it is a whole bunch of people just wrecking on each other, similar to the style of, just the popular clicky movies and games we've seen, but in a different way. Wreckfest is, I think, a exploration of new ways to wreck on people and how it is sad how people treat each other, and that is kind of the point through Trippy Tran Films making this. You preach it, Cleo. What's this free reading? There's the throwback to the Cleo being a fraud. Wow, Vicki, you're not very optimistic. No, 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 ho. Ooh. I don't think you can teach astrology in school, Tori. I think that is something you do as a hobby. There's no class, at least in high school, that I know of. At least in my high school, we didn't have astrology. It's kind of, like I said, a joke on astronomy, though. Kind of shows their characters just about that horoscope live. About that horoscope live. Getting the checkbook again. The prop. From the 48 hour. Ooh. I also think it's very fun on a tablet. It's bigger and it's just nice. Because you cannot play this game on a computer. Yet. I'm grabbing the fake eyelash. That definitely was in the script. In the original script. And this actually leads into the bathroom scene. In the movie, it just goes from Bradley Oliver canceling the interview to them in the bathroom. And these lines also appear when you pick the class clown. That's another bonus. If you pick the class clown, you get a lot more laughs throughout. Just random weird, like, you're not a Japanese person, look at me in the eyeball, like, put that, making a joke about her stabbing her with the mascara brush in the eye. Wow, to her mother. Freshman 15, that is what college girls call the transition from high school to college. when they gain 15 pounds. You know, they're not high schoolers anymore. Alright, we're at Trivia 2 now. Just completed episode 2. Actually, episode 2 and the last episode are the longest. Episode 5, actually. And then episode 6 is the bonus. And that is pretty long because you get to do a lot with the characters yourself. It's not just a story anymore. It becomes a game. So when you hit episode 6, it becomes a very, very interactive user game instead of a story, but it still has the characters saying lines and reacting when you choose all these options, and you'll see that. Alright, ending episode 2, which company did the girls apply for? So we have United Global, Global Dissension, Global United, and International Peace of Foreign Affairs, which I don't even think is real. In fact, I don't think any of these are real. But, for fun, we're going to do Global Dissension. Oh, I'm not going to be in the interview. Ooh, you got to learn some dictionary stuff. As Tori would say. I got to learn some dictionary stuff for the day. Or maybe that's more of a Vicki line. Let's bring it back together. Let's become global united people. What do you say? Come on. Bradley 1C2. So here we have a programming issue. It's actually youtube.com/Trippy Tran Films. But you could just do this. Type in Wreckfest, Trippy Tran Films. Because apparently there is a new Wreckfest game that came out a year after our movie. But it has to do with cars. But if you want to find ours, just type in Wreckfest, Trippy Tran Films. And you'll find it. You can't stop playing and don't stop watching. But with certain episode games, you have to wait for a pass. But with ours, you don't have to wait for a pass. Alright. Let me just say, chapter 3 and 4 are a lot shorter. A lot shorter. 2 is a really long one. 5 is medium long. 3 and 4 are even shorter than episode 1. The reason we did this, episode 2 made it so long, we wanted to fit and make it, grab people in. So that way when you play, you don't just get stopped and like, hey, go to the next chapter. Like, and then you're just forced constantly to hit another chapter and instead of just enjoying the story. So that is why 2 is a little bit longer. Of course, you can avoid those things if you just ignore Trippy T and Class Clown, say they're ugly, so you just walk away from them, and then also, when you see Cleo stealing, you just disregard her. The chapter goes a lot faster. You won't get the extra scene and content and the extra script, though, that was written for the game and added later. So, it's really up to you how you want to play. If you're more about the characters and really want to get the most out of the game, obviously we showed you the right choices. And then you can pick the other ones, but if you don't want to submerge yourself into it and just kind of see what all the game has to offer real quick, of course, just go through it and give it a shot. You can go through these games a lot faster than we are through this broadcast of the video being recorded with my phone on a tablet, and so, yep, the next chapters are going to be a lot shorter. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit that like button if you like it. If you don't like it, then you can dislike it. But please comment below why you do not like it, so people can get constructive criticism. we don't need more wrecks in our world. So show some support if you do like it. You know, that's what helps us move forward through our progress and project making.